of Onalaska has announced what it will pursue in its 2017 capital improvement budget.
News 8's Eric Jacobson is live in our newsroom tonight with a look at what changes may be in store. Eric?
Mike and Martha, city capital improvement budgets are for large-scale purchases or improvements that require city bonding as its source of funding. In all, there were $10 million in projects that Onalaska city officials reviewed as possible capital improvement projects for 2017. But due to budget restraints, the city will only take on about $3.5 million of them. But those improvements could mean some big changes for the city.
We could just feel the heat blow through the windows on the truck.
The Onalaska Fire Department estimates that around 2,200 calls have been made through the years with this 1992 Peterbilt fire truck.
This engine basically ran on all of our calls because we didn't have a second engine or a third engine. Our backups were very poor.
But now, 24 years old, the truck needs to be retired.
The cost to invest in a truck that's this old doesn't make sense to, well, I wouldn't think to the taxpayers or to us.
That's why a new, nearly $600,000 fire truck is one of many capital improvement projects for 2017.
They're basically designing the truck for the needs of the Onalaska Fire Department as we have grown in the past 23, 24 years since we had this truck.
Having the latest safety upgrades and from when they're even driving to the fire, let alone when they get to the fire, is a very key component of their mission.
Repairing the city's aging roads is also a key part of the plans for next year.
Last year we did almost 5 miles of city street, which is 5% of our city streets. So we've been trying to keep ahead of the scale, but it's very difficult to keep up with the current funding mechanisms we have.
Those funding constraints are why city leaders say the process to narrow the projects down is challenging.
It's a difficult task. The Board of Public Works spends a couple different months of meetings going through the list, trying to get to the point of where they feel they've made good decisions.
But whatever the city decides, they say it's critical to get the funding just right.
Whether it's we're funding library projects for library, for funding fire stations or streets or urban infrastructure such as water and sanitary sewer, those all affect the daily living of every citizen.
Now, the capital improvement budget still needs to be approved by the City Council. That vote takes place tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, Eric. Once approved, the city's finance director will purchase the bonds during the first week in March.